So they apparently have taken Rudy Giuliani out of the cold storage that he was in. He was traveling Europe, basically cashing in on his newfound relevance, I guess, in the national conversation, as really disturbing as that is. And he was driving around, I guess, trolling for more clients overseas, and then came back to defend the president. Remember, the one thing that these guys seem to understand is that impeachment is a political process. They are laying the groundwork to muddy the waters. Now, what is the best way for you to determine someone's guilt? Apparently, according to Pete Hegseth on Fox and Friends, it is to look at that person's nominal lawyer and check out their body language to see if their client is or is not guilty of anything. And then Rudy Giuliani responds with, that's crazy what you just said. Let me see if I can get a little bit crazier.
Mr. Mayor, I read your body language on this almost. It's almost like, come on. How much?
Pause it for 1 second. Incidentally, hold on, pause it. Sorry, go back, pause it.
Having nothing wrong.
Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, things got a little out of hand. It just occurs to me as I'm watching this. We're going to start that over. But Pete Hegseth says, I'm looking at your body language like this. And then what Pete Hegseth does is he crosses his arm. Now, any rudimentary understanding of body language would argue that crossing your arms is a defensive posture. Like you're afraid, so you're literally protecting yourself by crossing your arms. You're insecure a little bit, and you're trying to project, but you're holding your innards in. But then that's why Hegseth, I think, quickly went like, oh, actually, no, not that. No. Like more like you're open. You're totally
you're just
open,
like, whatever, come what may.
Come what may. We're okay.
Practice what you preach, Pete.
Okay. So,
bad body language.
All right, so let's take this again.
Mr. Mayor, I read your body language on this almost. It's almost like, come on. How much more?
This is the theater of the absurd. The president's innocence, having done nothing wrong, has been proven over and over again. There's not a single stitch of evidence of collusion. He didn't have anything to do with Russians. He made no deals with Russians. He didn't get elected because of Russians. They may have colluded with somebody else or with themselves, a whole bunch of them, 13 of them, 14 of them. Kind of watch the Americans and you can watch the Russians collude. I mean, they do it for a living. And they also do other things. But he wasn't involved in it. The obstruction thing is crazy. He had a right to fire Comey. That's what it's all about. He had a right to say to Comey, give Flynn a break. There was no investigation at the time. And not only that, he didn't tell him, don't investigate him, don't prosecute him. He asked him to exercise his prosecutorial discretion because he was a good man with a great war record.
That prosecutorial discretion, ladies and gentlemen, is he's asked him not to investigate him.
Yeah, it's called discretion.
You can see your.
All of a sudden, that 1 year at BU you're always bragging about doesn't come in handy.
Can you be professionally? Can you be professionally discreet about my crimes, please?
Listen.
Could you exercise your discretion to look the other way of my mass engagement in organized crime? Thank you.
What is he saying about the Americans? The Americans had U.S. assets all the time.
Yeah, but it was with each other. Speaking of which, hey, Sam, would you like to collude on stuff?
We're going to collude.
Yeah, let's collude.
Man, don't you hate it when someone walks in on you colluding with yourself?
It's super embarrassing.
That's what they do for a living.
That's what they do for a living. It's just like every little Russian school child.
It's like, you'll be time, but next year you'll be doing first collusion. Must study hard.
They take those tests, those professions tests.
We're all going to work together. They're colluding.
You could maybe collude in regional government. Very poor results.
We're going to collude for a moment and call Liliana Mason, discuss with her book, Uncivil Agreement, How Politics Became Our Identity.